match because I predict these things.
Dustin Jacoby takes on Bruno Lopes this Saturday on the main card of UFC Vegas 107. And this is going to be a really good fight. I like both of these guys. I was really high on Bruno Lopes going into his last fight against Magomed Gadzhierzulov. I didn't pick him. I thought Gadzhierzulov would be a little bit better everywhere. And it was kind of a mediocre fight, but Bruno Lopes got it done. And Dustin Jacoby, always a dog, been in the UFC for a long time, a lot of experience, very good kickboxer. So I think this is going to be a really good fight. I think Bruno Lopes, he'll look to keep it on the feet, but probably be shooting takedowns, looking to use his jiu-jitsu black belt against Dustin Jacoby, who's going to be looking to use his athleticism and movement to keep it on the feet, outstrike Lopes, and potentially get the KO. So we'll see who can implement their game plan better. But Dustin Jacoby, former Glory kickboxer, a lot of high-level experience. Fought Alex Pereira back in the day. I think it was like 2014. He lost by KO. And I know that he lost, but, he's got the rub. He's got the rub against Alex Pereira. He's fought a lot of really good guys at 205 pounds and just had tons of experience. He's got a much better experience than Bruno Lopes, who's kind of been on the regional scene for most of his career. 14-1, has a good record. And he's fought some, okay guys, but some of the guys he's fought just aren't that great. And been knocked out by Brunão Ribeiro on Dana White's Contender Series. His first shot, Ribeiro had a good win in his last fight against, the Kazakh guy? DR Nurgozai. But other than that, he hasn't looked the best, so that's concerning for me. But Dustin Jacoby, 6'3", with a 76-inch reach, 29-1 in his career, 37 years old. 37 years old in the UFC. Not terrible considering it's 205. You can get away with that in the higher weight classes, but he's been doing combat sports for a long time. He's been taking a lot of damage, so it makes me concerned on how much more he's got in his career. But started Taekwondo at the age of 4, wrestled from like 5 to 12, and was a multi-sport athlete in high school. Played college football as a quarterback. So dude's an athlete, very athletic. Only loses to very good fighters, I've noticed. Has a decent amount of losses, but, you can excuse a lot of these. Dominic Reyes, Azamat Murzakanov, Khalil Roundtree Jr. Lost to Alonzo Minifield, who I don't think is very high level, but, sometimes guys don't have the best performances. He was looking good in that fight, but was kind of keeping his right hand down, getting caught, which is concerning. But I do think Minifield's a better striker than Bruno Lopes and has more power. But southpaw, but he will fight orthodox. I think he's orthodox, but will fight. He's just kind of one of those switch stance guys, but really good heavy leg kicks, very effective jab that he couples with his feints as he pushes forward. He likes to be the one pushing forward for the most part, but in this last fight, he was fighting on the back foot a lot against Petrino, who's just absolutely huge. I think he's moving up and taking on Austin Lane at heavyweight in this next fight, but you could see there was a sizable size discrepancy in that fight, and Jacoby was still able to get the KO over him. But questionable chin, though. Gets dropped a lot. Been doing combat sports for a long time, taking a lot of damage in his UFC career. Obviously KO'd by Reyes, was dropped a few times by Minifield, dropped by Murzakanov, KO'd by Alex Pereira. King Mo back in the day, TKO'd him, but fighting really good guys. That's going to happen. We'll see, though. And always has good cardio. Can always push three rounds hard, even taking damage, getting dropped. The dude is always, always game. Always there at the end of the fight. So Bruno Lopes, 32, 6'2", with a 74-inch reach. So he's going to have a 2-inch reach disadvantage, but he's going to be 5 years younger. Kind of a plotty striker, but has decent power, has a hard right hand, good calf kick. He's a finisher. He's got a lot of finishes via submission and KO in his career. Again, not the best competition that he's fought, but still getting a lot of good experience. Jiu-Jitsu black belt, very good off his back and on the ground. Not sure if he's going to be able to get Jacoby to the ground, but on the feet, kind of rudimentary at times. Can be dropped as well. Moves straight back as he retreats. He got dropped by, I think it was Mikhail Sajiniani in his Dana White's Contender Series fight before he came back and won that fight, though. Like I said, question the competition that he's faced. Dustin Jacoby's definitely fought the much better competition. And I question Lopez's chin, like I said. Dropped bad by Sajiniani, KO'd by Brunão Ribeiro. His cardio's okay. Cardio's not bad, but nothing to write home about. I am going to go with Dustin Jacoby in this one. He's fought the much better competition in the UFC, on the regional scene, kickboxing, Muay Thai, much better movement, more technical striker. Bruno has power and can hurt Jacoby, but I just don't see him being able to track down Jacoby, who's going to be moving in and out, really good movement, feinting well, fighting behind his jab, circling off the cage, not letting him corner him, and get him into takedown trouble. And so I think Jacoby gets this one done. He lost to Dominic Reyes, and he was a minus 240 favorite over him, but Dominic Reyes is good, dude. He's on the come up again. Lost to Alonzo Menifield, but Alonzo Menifield's a tough dude. Very powerful guy, hits hard. Azamat Murzakanov, this guy, 14-0, young, not young, 36 years old, but one of these up and comers who just can't seem to get to the fights. But he's fighting Brandon Ribeiro in June. That'll be a good fight. I think he's going to run through Brandon Ribeiro. But Khalil Roundtree Jr. lost by split decision. You can argue he won that fight. I think he gets this one done. I don't think Bruno Lopes has fought the level that he's fought. I don't think there's anything that Bruno Lopes is going to bring that Jacoby's never seen before. I think if he can keep it on the feet, fight behind his jab, and use his superior striking, I think he can get this one done. I think he can get Bruno Lopes out of there. He's been knocked out before. He not the best on the feet. I think Jacoby will find his chin and get the KO TKO within the distance. Thanks.